Howdy y'all, how you going? We're looking at a pretty funny video, I hear, from the suggestion. Video called American Explains Australia to Americans. I feel like I could almost do this at this point, right? I've learned so much. It's been a long time learning about Oz, but you know what? There's always more to learn, and it's funny. Well, quite frankly, an American perspective on Australia. We'll see how good, cliche, stereotypical this is, and if it's, can make us laugh. So this is from a comment from Oz Armor 16, so thank you for that. This is from a YouTube channel called Man at Arms, so it'll be linked down below so you can watch this video and check out their channel. Let's go.
Good day. Almost 2 years ago, through a turn of fate, I made friends with a random Australian dude over the internet, which
oh, that's so accurate, by the way.
Meeting his friends, and
Don't
over
look at my
time,
keyboard.
I can now say that I have dozens of friends from the quote-unquote land down under. Never having had any exposure to the Australian people, there were moments of culture shock, distinct dialect differences, as well as the dispelling of preconceived notions about what I thought Australia was.
What was it, a koala-roo? How have I never seen that before?
Being a product of the American education system, I had very limited knowledge about Australia. And most of what I did know came from Paul Hogan and that shit Quigley Down Under movie. So in the interest of improved future international relations, I would like to present to you An American Explains Australia to Americans.
Alrighty.
America and Australia have some things in common.
Yeah.
Australia and the continental United States are approximately the same size. We were both originally British colonies, but Australia's colonists were mostly convicts. Australia has a population of about 25 million people, which is a little less than the population of Texas. But whereas the average number of guns per household in Texas is 8.1, in Australia the number of privately owned guns is 47. Probably has something to do with that whole convict thing. Most people in Australia live here, here, and here.
Right.
We'll come back to this small section, but I would like to also mention Tasmania, which besides exporting the standard natural resources is also a large producer of wine and is technologically behind the mainland a century or so. Australia's #1 exports are iron, feral camels, of which there are about 600,000, and alcoholic film actors, such as Mel Gibson, Jeffrey Rush, Russell Crowe, Brian Brown, Nicole Kidman before marrying Tom Cruise, Errol Flynn, Noah Taylor, Sullivan Stapleton, Nicole Kidman after marrying Keith Urban, Heath Ledger, Every Hemsworth, Jack Thompson, and Russell Crowe again. Colin Farrell is not an Australian, much to my surprise. He's Irish. But does qualify for citizenship. Sports are very important to Australians, with their most notable sport being the Queensland cockroach races. Incidentally, if you ever need to break up a fight between Australians, simply scream the words, Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. They will immediately stop what they're doing and answer, oi, oi, oi. It is not only encoded into their DNA, but is mandated by law in their constitution to do so. The most common misconception Americans have about Australia is that everything in Australia will kill you.
Yeah, that one's so overdone. And yeah, there's some truth. There's some dangerous animals there, but you know what? There's a lot of dangerous animals too here, so I don't know what Americans are on about there.
This is far from the truth. I mean, sure, it is home to snakes, sharks, great white sharks who apparently have their own mailbox on the Great Barrier Reef, crocodiles, blue-ringed octopus, cone snails, killer jellyfish, European honeybees, and homicidal horses who manage to kill 20 people a year. But Australia is also home to some of the most adorable animals on Earth, like wombats who poop cubes, opium-addicted wallabies, and the inspiration for the American teddy bear, the koala, who are incidentally rampantly infected with chlamydia because they are f***ing themselves blind in mass orgies while wolfing down kilograms of eucalyptus. Eucalyptus oil, by the way, folks, is highly flammable, which causes massive brush fires. That's right. Even the trees in Australia are trying to kill its citizens. In an effort to protect the people, the livestock, the farmland, and also to prevent the loss of life in the dingo population, the Australian government decided to erect a 5,600-kilometer wall.
Yeah.
While this was a victory in conservation, it was a massive and costly undertaking.
The
government learned from this mistake, and rather than repeat this folly 50 years later, it was decided that it would be more prudent for the country to declare war outright on the emu. Though the emu had greater numbers, they eventually succumbed to Australian air superiority.
Well, if there was any doubt, regardless of the accent or whatever, how do you spot an American? Emu. They're emus, man.
It is the only nation to ever fine NASA for littering. Have one of its citizens tried to sell New Zealand on eBay?
What?
And is slowly running out of gasoline, which is making the events of Mad Max a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Dang.
Australians do not have shrimp on the Barbie.
No,
shrimp are called prawns. Liquor stores are called bottle-os.
Aren't prawns actually different from shrimp? They're not just a cultural thing, like a different slang. I think it's actually different, right? It's a totally different animal. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Bottle-os. Look at that. That looks cool. I mean, we have liquor stores. That same thing, but I mean, that's just a cool looking one. Anyway,
liquor stores are called bottle-os. If you don't pay for a succulent Chinese meal, the police will grab your penis. Rednecks are bogans.
What?
The word f*** is used as punctuation. The Australian word for friend is most of the time. No is pronounced yeah, nah, and yes is pronounced nah, yeah. The way to ask how are you in Australia is pronounced how you going.
How you going?
And the number one national pastime is making fun of or taking the piss out of your friends and loved ones. What I have learned about Australia is that it is a country full of fun-loving, honorable, and genuine people who have a culture of not letting themselves get bogged down with the small stuff in life. It is my privilege to be...
That is one of the best things I've learned, and it's pretty universal. Obviously, there's individuals in every country, but the fact that Aussies are, for the most part, just so laid back. They're so... They got the right attitude on life. Priorities straight, but you know what? They don't take life major seriously. They don't get super overstressed about things. I think a lot of people could learn from, trying to model their attitude after that kind of outlook on things. I think it's great. I think it's healthy.
Be able to say that some of my best mates are Australians.
Yes.
So the next time you crack...
I'd agree with you.
Open a tinny of Foster's.
Awesome
just
community
remember,
we have here.
Australians do not drink that horse piss.
No. Foster's, get out of here. Get stuffed. There we go. That was pretty funny. I actually, so that was a good take for an American, I have to say. But at the same time, I think I'm at a point, I'm proud of myself and proud of you guys. You guys have taught me so much just through talking, through Discord, through mail time, through comments, what seems like millions of comments over the last, almost 2 years of videos. I have learned so much about Australia that I think I actually watched this whole video, and about 98% of the things mentioned here, other than a couple random factoids, which, I don't even know if half of them were even real, but I pretty much knew everything in this video. That puts in perspective for me. I recognized every animal. I recognized most of the landscapes. I recognized every bit of slang and, jokes and stereotypes, whatever it be. I am very familiar with all of it that was shown here. So I think that shows, if I would have watched this 2 years ago, I would have been kind of lost, right? But that's just it. It's really kind of cool, what this channel can do. Is I think we all learn from each other. I think it's safe to say, at least hope that a lot of people that watch my videos also have learned things, in however many videos they watch. That's my goal, is to, entertain viewers, but also have you guys learn alongside me. And I think that's really cool. And this was a good one. It was funny. Great suggestion as always. And I just wanted to drive that point home. Feel like I've really learned so much, and seeing things like this where it's fun and entertaining, but it doesn't like hit me as in, oh, I didn't know that. Like I feel like I've learned so much. It's really kind of cool. Please throw a thumbs up on there if you did enjoy, and of course, subscribe to be part of this amazing community. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, guys. Catch you later.